Hello and welcome to round 5 of the GRcade Cup. We have got the event results for you from qualifying, and same as last time, it's Canopio leading Red Dog on the starting grid. Really good qualifying from my guys there, although car's as good as it's going to go. Got Devlin, Mildew, Vermilion and Cambay, the next 4, all fighting for the championship. We then have Floyd Freak and Robbo doing okay in 7th and 8th. Returning the Star, probably expecting better in 9th, and Falsey 3rd in the championship, but only 10th on the grid. He's got quite a lot of positions to make up. Gore-Tex in 11th, be hoping to get a few points. Satchel with damaged tyres, or used tyres at the very least. And Kutuf in 13th, going to be the first of the hard runners. Further down the grid, Mick J in 17th, Lotus 18th, Jam Master J 19th. And Dan at the back of the grid on the hards in 20th. So looking to be probably a 1-stop or a 2-stop in this race. Red Dog on those mediums in 2nd place. We're going to hope can go a bit longer. Looks like Cambay is going to try and do something similar. Those mediums to get ahead of the people in front of him. And everyone else seems to be on the softs in the top 10. What's Cortex the same? Saturales, expect it's going to come in really early. Must have no good soft tyres left. I just think it's a bad choice. And then yeah, into the hards from 13th down. So let's get into the race. I'm not too sure what the best angle is for this, but we'll be following Red Dog from 2nd. It gets away okay, but the fastest car there was Mildew, but now Devlin up into 2nd. Red Dog falling away there on those mediums down into 6th place. Meanwhile, what can Canopio do up at the front? He has got Vermilion trying to go through on the chicane, falls behind, switches back to the inside, but Canopio is managing to hold on. Meanwhile, further back, Saturales is up into 6th and get ahead of Red Dog. No, Red Dog gets up into 4th. He's done all right there. So the front few kind of spreading out a little bit. Now Mildew's fallen down to 6th. He's got to see if he can get ahead of his teammate. He's managed to get ahead of him. He's trying to go round each side of Captain Red Dog, and he's squeezing, and Mildew is up into 4th, so he's done well there. We'll drop back a little bit here. Satchel is on those used softs, is in 8th place. I'm not sure where he started, I can't exactly recall, but he's got Floyd Freak and Robbo in front of him. Of the Star trying to go round, now switches to the inside, and he's falls away, so yeah, Satchel is just about holding on. What's going to happen now into the first corner, just on the pace out that final corner, and John the Star makes it look easy in the end. Meanwhile, Devlin's just got ahead of Vermilion. Mildew is there as well, so these three all fighting for the drivers, giving Canopio a chance to pull away on those softs whilst we're on lap 3. These guys very close. Red Dog at the back here now trying to get ahead of Mildew. Red Dog burning through these mediums, so he's not making them last, which is a bit frustrating for the strategy. But he's going to have to wait one lap longer than Canopio. That's the plan. See if I follow through the plan for a change. Saturales struggling here on these soft because he's coming in this lap. Falsey up to the back of him on 10th place. Cambay back in 11th. Cambay's had a bad start. Cortex bad start too there. Down as well. Urkel got up a moment ago into 16th. But the head of the hard runners is Mori, so he'll be happy with that 12th place, and he's going to try and get ahead of Cambay. Meanwhile, the pack's spreading out quite a bit. Saturales did come in. Floyd Freak, probably the closest of the top runners of making a move. Got Return the Star now, getting right onto the back of Robbo. And I wanted these tyres to go one longer, but I am going to err on the side of caution for a change. I'm going to pit him earlier than I probably would want to. So let's pick Canopio. Let's put him onto the mediums. Yeah, actually that probably looks alright. I'm going to keep him on that balanced strategy. At the end, so he's going to come in this lap round. Devlin goes through, so does Vermilion and Mildew. So we'll see what these guys do next lap. Canopio is going to come out 19th. Well, Satchel is down on 20th. It's like about 10 seconds there. Right, see what happens with the leaders. Looks like Cheeky Devlin has the legs on Vermilion for now. Mildew, meanwhile, though, he's got Red Dog all over the back of him. It's just a lap for Red Dog. He needs to go one extra. Those clouds are looking dark. Yeah, we'll see how these guys going another lap works out. No one's coming. One person's coming in the pits. Cortex is in the pits. Yeah, Canopio goes through nice and easy. Don't worry about that too much. I want to see how close Red Dog stays to the back here on those moves, because they're should be doing 8 laps, man. Can't be coming in on 6. It's ridiculous. Let's go back to Red Dog. He's keeping up with Mildew, to be fair, so he's not dropped off the pace entirely. He's gone flat versus his last time round. This has already been slow. Floyd Freak goes through. Let's see how he does after all the pit phases have been done. Everyone's gone long on their tyres. I've been too cautious. Have I been too cautious for these guys? Canopio's finally got through. Waiting for position though, he's technically out of position versus Dan, because Dan has yet to pit. Mildew's ahead of Red Dog, so they did pit as well. It's quite a big gap. Got to expect Cheeky's in this lap. Vermilion goes through again. Oh, Vermilion, that might be too much. Meanwhile, Canopio is miles back, but this is a long pit straight. Yeah, and the gap there is quite long. And Devlin comes back out. Struggling to see him in the running on 9th. Red Dog behind Floyd Freak. So yeah, Floyd's managed to jump in pits by going that 1 lap longer. That's really frustrating for Red Dog since he started second on the grid. So what's Vermilion going to do? You've got to expect he's in this lap. He's made those softs last longer than those around him. He's gone straight onto the hards. 12 laps on the hards. If he can make them last, then he's in the pound seat, that's certain. But he's fallen quite far away. What happens here? Mildew does not get round him. So Vermilion's managed to hold position. Meanwhile, Lotus is now into the net lead, fighting off Kutu. So what's Kutu going to do here? With Canopio remaining in the net lead, but can Kutu go a lap longer and see? Because if he goes to lap 11, which he has done, he's on for a 1-stop. He is in contention. Kutu is in contention for this race. Lotus and Lewis D have pitted. But Canopio is he's going 2 tenths faster a lap. Devlin though, fastest man on track, 106.675. He is chasing Canopio down. Canopio is going to have to pit shortly. My plan was to put Canopio on another set of mediums, but he needs to make those tyres last. We're not expecting rain still, which is good. So let's see what Kutu does when he comes out. As Canopio re-inherits the lead. Devlin into second. Vermilion drops quite far back of Mildew right on the back of him. Floyd Freak and Red Dog through. He's dropped out of the points. But another set of hards. He's on that 1-stop. Kutu is the man to watch in that regard. And the problem is, if I pick Canopio now, he comes out behind him. He comes out behind Kutuf, so I need him to go. I need him to go one more lap. And I'm not going to do it. He can't make those tyres last more than 6. He's going to have to go into the hards now. And he has to pit fast. Okay, Canopio's used his tyres a little bit too much, so he's going to come out behind. But it was a fast pit, so is it going to be enough to get us back out ahead of Kutuf? Just! Oh, Kutuf hits to the back of him. It's just enough to get Canopio out in front, but Kutuf is warmed those tyres up already, so he's going to attack. And he's trying to get around him. But Canopio has managed to hold on to the position. And that is important. An important position that Canopio has managed to hold on to. So now he just needs to get some time on those tyres to make him worthwhile. Satriales seems to have just lost a position to Robert. I think his tyres are done. Most of the people are just continuing on. Robert into 6th place. Red Dog is in 4th place, being chased by Floyd Freak, but we will be pitting him this time around. We are going to pit you this time around. You have done 8 laps and 6 laps. You've got worse. So you leave you out for one more. So some quick mental maths here. Okay. Don't let me down, Red Dog. Let those mediums last. Canopio now, he's getting stuck in traffic. He's got to try and get around Urkel, which he does. Can he then get around Mori quickly? He's got to be making these positions quickly if he's going to make his strategy work. Because if he falls behind the leaders, then he's going to have a problem later on in the race. Meanwhile, Kutuf is going to keep him honest. Kutuf on 10% worse tyres, so I expect he's going to have a problem further down. Red Dog out into 17th. He's now got to make these tyres last to the end, so that is on him to manage. 8 laps to go though. He should be able to do 8 laps on those tyres. Now I've got Falsey kicking around in 6th. The cars are all relatively spread actually. It's Canopio stuck behind Mori that's the biggest issue at the moment. Mori is coming in, so he's going to release. Cheeky Devlin has pitted. So let's see where he comes out. Is he in the pit lane still? He's come out! Oh! Canopio just switches past him and gets in. Manages to do what Kutuf wasn't able to do the lap prior, and he gets past Devlin. But yeah, this is for the race lead, so really important here. Vermeulen, have to expect he's going to be pitting on those 6-lap-old hards. He might be able to eke him to the end, in which case he's going to be looking good, and that's probably the strategy worth doing. But Canopio just eyes on the prize here. Now turning the star, just playing the teammate role and just making life difficult for Canopio for a couple of corners. As we continue into the pit stop phase, people going on to their second stops. Kutuf is in 6th, so these look like the top 3 for me. So the question is, does Vermeulen get out ahead of Kutuf? Or does he just stay out? I mean, he's not coming in this time round. It's going to be Cambay who's probably in next. Cambay hoping to score well for the Windsor Racing team, who's currently top in the constructors. He goes round as well, and Falsey continues. Meanwhile, we didn't see it, but Devlin's got past Canopio. I didn't see him catch up, but he's put in a hot lap. He's got 9 seconds faster than the lap prior, and yeah, he's absolutely closed the gap there. Canopio just needs to stay calm, stay behind him, and hope that those tyres wear out and give Canopio a chance to catch up. Canopio keeping close, but Devlin is just so fast in sector 2 and sector 3. Gone purple again this lap. So Devlin looking for his first win of the season. He's not been able to do it yet, if memory serves. Although having said that, Floyd Freak is now the fastest man on track. So great to see from the man in 6th. The Panther team going relatively quick. Anything else going on down lower in the order? Nothing massively on the times. It's just Vermeulen. I mean, he's got 3 laps to go. You can't expect he stays out on those tyres. I mean, you look at Canopio's tyre health. There's only 1 lap's worth in it. So you've got to think Vermeulen's going to stay out on those hards. He's competitive on that time. He's only a 10th slower than Devlin. Canopio's caught up. Canopio's right onto the back of Devlin, so Canopio's got to be careful. He's got to manage that knife edge between pushing really hard on tyres and going for it. Well, I mean, I say manage. He's decided he wants to go in for pits, so he's put his foot down, and he's not coming in for tyres. So he's going to have to go around and 2 more laps on these tyres. They should just last. I mean, Devlin's got to make his last similarly. We're getting part warnings here. Those parts will manage as things stand. Red Dog, to be fair to him, in 6th place. I'm not planning to put him either. His tyre health is decent. 6th place he should be able to manage. And yeah. Oh, Kutuf pitted. That's what's caused those position changes. Kutuf's coming again. So he didn't fancy staying out on his tyres. Well, I mean, the win wasn't there, but he expected to have stayed in. Maybe it was just to give bump Falsey up for another point. Kutuf, though, is quick. And he's going to chase down points as best as he can. But Vermeulen has gone round once more. On the final lap. I think this is a race here, though. So Vermeulen managing to do a soft, hard strategy, which, I mean, isn't expected to be doable, but he's managed to do it. Canopio comes around in 2nd place for Chariot. Cheeky Devlin in 3rd. And Red Dog, is he going to be able to hold Cambay off for 6th place? Looks like he will be able to. And Saturales is just about able to hold off Falsey for 9th place. Of the start, the first person to miss out on the points. Looking further back, McJ just gets ahead of, stays ahead of Lewis D, but isn't able to get ahead of Jam Master J. But Vermeulen managing to win the race. I think that's the first person to win more than one race this season. So yeah, possibly out of nowhere there, but Vermeulen made his strategy work and finished on the top spot to ensure everyone is fully legal. They are. So Vermeulen takes the win, 9 seconds ahead of Canopio. Devlin down in 3rd. Mildew in 4th. Floyd Freak doing really well in Panther Racing, getting 5th place. And Red Dog will probably be happy with that. Gets his first points of the season, finishing in 6th place. Cambay probably be hoping for a little bit more in 7th, only finishing a couple of places ahead of his teammate. Robbo finished where he started in 8th, and Falsey managing the same. Further down, we're probably saying that Neocortex is going to be upset by not squeaking into the points. Katana Sport still struggling this season. And Lewis D had a bit of a poor race, dropping 4 places from where he started. Lotus doing okay, going up 3 places, finishing in 15th. So here's a screen we've not seen before, which is the screen you get when someone in your team gets a trophy. So well done, Canopio, enjoy your champagne. Probably have a beer to celebrate. And here's the Drivers' Championship standings. Mildew remains in the lead. Devlin closing the gap to 2 points. Vermeulen closing up. So it is very much now looking like a 3-horse race. You got to guess that Cambay and Falsey are probably just a step too far behind to make anything of it. Although their fight for 4th place will be quite close, one would expect. Satriales is now only 4 points ahead of Canopio, the resurgent Chariot Motor Group racer, only 4 points behind. You've got to expect they're probably in a fight for 6th place come the end of the season, but Floyd Friedrich fancies chances, having gone well again today. Returning the Star, continuing to underperform, more so than Robbo, who did okay today. They've both got the same number of points this season. And Lewis D in 11th, just a couple of points of Captain Red Dog, who scores for the first time this season. And only Jam Master J and Lotus are the drivers who've started this season and yet to score a point. Dan and McJ only joining a couple of races ago. Let's go into the constructors. Bloody hell, that's close. That's 4 teams. That's 4 teams with 3 points. Wow. So wins the race and drop from 1st to 4th. Scuderia Rossini obviously getting the edge on them in countback. But the Steinman is only 1 point behind Panther team. That's absolutely a 4-way fight for the top, and there is a gulf between Van Dort and Chariot. Chariot making another stab for that 5th place. You've got to think 6th place is secured with that excellent result today. Meanwhile, the Risato Corsa is a couple of points ahead of Velan, but the bottom 4 are staying where they were at the beginning of the race. So yeah, here are the tweets, and here's the media report. Yep, nothing too shocking in the tweets there. Cool, right, well, I'll catch you for race number 6.